Y'all already know what it is.
It's the Lazy Ass Podcast.
I'm bored with that.
That music is going to kick off asking for a friend. If you have an asking for a friend question you'd like to submit, you can do that on social media at the Lazy Ass Podcast through Facebook and Instagram. Or you can email us, thelazyaspodcast@gmail.com. The way this works is you submit a question. You need some advice for your friend, and we're here to help out with that. Dizzy?
All right, so I got someone who is in a relationship, actually. And I guess the relationship
Not me.
not going well, apparently. And
Still not me. I don't know why you're
'cause I
looking.
don't think they've been together that long. It's not you though. But I guess how long were you with your girl?
Technically, it's 3 months.
3 months. Okay, it was longer than that. So they were together, I think, just over a year. Things aren't working
Oh,
out.
good, it's not me.
They're mid-20s, so we'll get the age out the way. And one of the people wants to get with this girl, but
Because he's a kid. Got it. Okay.
she has 3 kids,
Ooh.
3 different baby daddy.
How old is she? You know what?
Mid-20s.
Doesn't matter.
So the
I don't
question
need to
is-
know how old she is.
The question isn't would you get with her. The question is how many kids are you maxing out of, and what are the circumstances? I.e.,
Like if my next relationship.
yes, we're gonna say we're all single in this scenario. So even you, Red, I know you're so in love right now and stuff.
I'll
but
start.
Pretend that you're looking at this next girl and you're like, I really like this girl.
I'll start because all 3 of us are in different phases as far as
Yes,
the
ages
kids
and
things
times
go
and
because of the
stuff,
age
yeah.
difference in us. So I always wanted to get with somebody who did not have kids
Yeah,
because I love kids and I wanted to have them,
yeah.
but I always wanted it to be like me doing it for the first time with somebody else doing it for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I always had that
experiencing it
fear
together.
that they'd act like a boss, like, oh, you're doing that wrong,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
Like I don't want that. I wanted to go through it with
Or
somebody.
even worse, to be like, that's not so and so did it. Like mother.
However, as I get older, that may not be as realistic.
That
A
is
lot of girls have kids.
a real good point, and I'm glad that you brought that up.
I would say for me, like I said, I always said none, but then I was like, all right, I'd date a girl with a kid.
Yeah.
Under the right circumstance, I would date a girl with 2 children, but that would absolutely be the max. And it would have to be like blow me away.
Like you're really in love, she looks real good, type shit. Okay, and what if they're both boys?
Boy or girl doesn't bother me.
Oh, okay,
To be honest with you, boy preferable only because girls are raging crazy hormone monsters when they get into their teens, and it's a lot
Boys might try
easier.
to size
I mean,
you
not
up.
saying that boys are any better
they might
in
try to
that
size
sense.
your ass up. You grounded? Who's grounded? Boys are getting like fucking huge and shit.
You
now.
are. That is
I
a
feel-
solid point.
Yeah,
too.
I seen some high school kids playing football after practice, and like if they came on our field, that was their field now. Like kids, we've lost it. They won. They're outnumbered. There's 4 of them. They look like Spartans. We have to leave.
And I feel like stepdaughters are more like understanding of the situation.
Yes.
Rather like with
because they mature faster.
with stepsons, they're just kind of like, "What the fuck is this guy? This ain't my dad.
Yeah, you ain't my dad.
Are you fucking my mom?
My dad went in the military. What have you done for our nation?
It's like, oh, like,
My dad's out buying smokes for mom.
if now, like, it could only be for me. Like, first of all, like,
Because you're young, so I feel like the parameters change for you.
the parameters, even like, I would be open to it, but the criteria is it can only be 1 kid. Either the dad's not in the picture,
Yeah.
or you have a good relationship with him. But if you're still back and forth arguing or whatever,
I agree. That's a solid point too. I didn't even
out.
talk about that.
I'm not. I don't need that shit.
What if
Like, you know,
she's bad? She loves you. You guys have a great relationship.
By the way, hold on. I want to back up for a second before you get into that and reiterate that when I said 2 kids, them 2 kids need to be by the same baby daddy. Like
yeah.
Okay.
what you're saying with the 3, that's like destroyed
that's-
goods. That's not even like bad goods. That's destroyed goods at that point,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
That's true. It's like those vending machines in the mall. Everyone's turning them. I don't
Right.
like that. No, I don't like what's going to come out of that. It's not going to be a good prize.
At one
I'm gonna
time,
get the
at
dud.
one time, that handle was black, but now all the paint's starting to wear off of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I shouldn't have said black.
I did it. I was thinking, I was like,
now he's like
"Is this a
trying
race
to do
thing?"
it.
That's what I was trying
somehow.
to think. It's like, what is he? But okay, so what if it's a girl? She's bad. I'm talking about like whoever you think is the baddest chick you see on Instagram or whatever it is.
My girlfriend.
That bad level bad. Okay. She loves you. You're in love.
Mm-hmm.
She has one kid. The kid is awesome. It's a girl. And she's young, and she loves you. She doesn't call you dad yet or nothing, but she respects you. She's nice to you. She even asked for you to tuck her in and shit, and you're cool with that. The dad, however, 10 years in prison right now.
That doesn't really mean that. I mean, that like, look, I get it. Like, he's in prison. He's in prison for a reason. He might not be the most stable person, but I don't think
he's in there for aggravated assault. Because he whooped your ass? No.
Because after they broke up, he whooped the ass of the
Fucked
person.
your ass up.
All right, so here's what I do.
Prison. My question is, so prison doesn't matter to you?
Wait, it does.
It does, but at the same time,
someone slashed a man's throat. You're like, as long as he was a good dad.
But you gotta set them. If he's in for murder, no.
But it's 10 years. What do you think?
How long is he in prison for? 10 years?
10 years.
10 years from the time that you find out?
Traffic violations.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
so then you have to have the 10-year plan. You get with her, no problem. Don't pay attention to the prison baby daddy.
Oh, no, he calls all the time.
That's okay.
All the time.
That's okay. That don't matter.
Accept a collect call?
That's okay. Let him talk to his daughter or whatever, but you have a 10-year plan. By year 5, you have to start dropping the hints that you need to go somewhere for work, and you need to eventually pick up and move away with her if it does work out and it's successful. You can get married. You can go however route you want, but you need to be out of that state by the time homeboy gets out of jail.
What would it take?
But if she might, I mean, depending on what the guy did, obviously, if he's like a serial killer or something, or like, well, they get life. But like, if he did really bad shit,
like 10 years is probably like a big drug violation or like assault.
I would still want her to have a relationship with her biological father. You know, it's unless he's really that toxic for the family. I know, like, you know, if they go to prison, you know, there's a bit of toxicity there. But at the same time, though, it's like I'm not gonna shelter her from never ever seeing her dad. You know, like never ever seeing her biological.
Yeah, but what if he's like obnoxious? That's kind of what I got out of what he was saying.
Obnoxious to me.
Like when he gets out of prison, he's just gonna cause chaos in your life.
Okay,
type obnoxious.
Then I would probably do that.
You'd still go through.
Yeah, and especially if I grow to love. I mean, not only.
So you're gonna take Pugs' route and like move away, try to get out.
I don't think I'd move away.
Oh, you're gonna get stabbed.
So you're just gonna deal with
hometown.
You're just gonna deal with it. You're gonna be going out to get coffee one
I
day.
ain't fucking with no.
Well,
I've got the life. Yeah. My wife loves me, and so does my daughter. And you just start getting shanked with a.
People are crazy, man.
These are big questions. These are big questions, bro. I don't know.
Nikki used to in Club Carib. They have this thing, Afro Caribbean dance. She danced with a guy was in their troupe, and he got stabbed the fuck up for fucking with this girl, and they weren't even dating that long. He had just walked her to her apartment, came downstairs, and dude hopped out of a bush and stuck him a couple times. He survived, obviously, and all that. Still has the scars, but people are fucking crazy, bro. What I'm trying to say is, if a nigga in jail, he wins. I'm not fucking with no.
So you completely off limits.
I think it would have to be something with like I have a good relationship with the dude. Like he knows what the situation I'm.
Would you date her and try to form a relationship with him in jail?
I mean, I'm a cool dude, so I'd be like, I get it, dog. You stab people, just don't stab me. I'm just trying to be a role model.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You just got to reason with him. Be like, I'm not trying to like, you know, like you said, keep you from your daughter and all that. I'm just trying to have what's best, so she doesn't end up going a certain path.
Okay.
So don't stab me, man.
Like your daughter has stripper written all over
you don't
her
even like
already.
your ex.
I'm trying to keep her off the pole.
I'm trying to keep her off that. I'm trying to make.
I'm doing you a favor.
This. I'm gonna help your daughter out. I'm gonna keep that bitch off you.
Nah, you can't even say any words like that. You can't say any trigger words.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You don't want to call.
Yeah.
You don't want to call the mother of his daughter.
Yeah, exactly. Because he might say it, but when you say, you know,
okay,
it's not good. Yeah, so you got to play the game. And then if I see shit ain't going well, I'm like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's in here for throwing feces on 3 people.
also, like one, I was gonna say this criteria for like just a the regular thing. She also has to be self-sufficient. Like, I want her to get in the relationship not just because she just wants, like, obviously she wants a father for like her like son or daughter, but I want her to, like, I don't want that to be the only reason why she's she's there. Like, I want her to be like, you know what, she's financially making it on her own, and she, and it's a hard thing to ask, but like she's financially making it on her own and she's doing all right. Not like, living in Bel Air or anything, but still like something just kind of.
And I feel like something we're all missing too. Like, the more baby mamas or baby daddies so-and-so is going to have, something has to be wrong, bro. Especially if it's like, not to be sound like that dude, but like a girl. Like, if a guy is having a baby with you and is loving you that much that he can have a baby, like, shooting it up, and he's not sticking around, and then it happens a second and third time, there must be something going on.
100%.
Bro. That's what I feel like. What am I missing? She's bad. She has these kids. There must be a reason why no one wants to stick around.
No.
So for me, it would be 2 at most, and even then, it would have to be circumstantial by a lot.
It had to be the same dude. Maybe they had a divorce, didn't work out, and they're still together. Or I'm not wishing this. I'm just giving you different scenarios. Like, something bad happened to the dad. The dad passed away, or something like that.
If it's 2 baby daddies, the second one had to be in your life a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be like you have a 3-year-old, then you have a kid that's 4 from a different one, but like 3 and like 7 or something. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a gap.
I don't know. I still don't like that.
I want you to be at least like, you were real committed with this dude, and shit just didn't work out the second time. Like, he was out for some
there's
reason.
a statistic, people who get divorced more time, are more likely to get divorced again if they were to remarry.
Yeah. It's
just, there's things about then maybe sometimes just you chalk it up to like, she just hasn't found the right person yet, or she thought she did, but there is red flags 100%, and that's why if she has a kid, she can only have one, and
well,
that's gonna do it for asking for a friend. If you want to submit a question to us to talk about next week, get on good old social media, Facebook and Instagram at the Lazy Ass Podcast. I grabbed an accent all of a sudden.
Podcast.
It's like
I'm pumped.
Or email us, thelazyasspodcast@gmail.com.